6 by 6 is a focused and compact group of 6 Indonesian and 6 global women brought together in order to support each other. Our idea is to help these women grow not just their work, but grow with each other.
We wanted to work with Indonesian women at the grassroots level who are actually making a change or a difference in their communities. And we thought, let's work with them to support them in that process by providing them training, by connecting them and giving them networks, and opening the doors for them so that they could take their projects to the next level. We selected these women because we felt inspired by them.
All of the women work in different fields, and these were the fields that we chose as important to us. Education, enterprise, the environment, security and stability, and women empowerment.
And so there's Febriarti Khairunisa in Lombok, who's working on waste management.
Febri runs a very successful recycling business on Lombok, which is an island off Bali. And her husband was himself the son of a trash picker. And both of them are dedicated and committed to doing something about the accumulating garbage on their island. And Indonesia, don't forget, is a country of islands. So there needs to be a solution about garbage and recycling that is, yes, working in Lombok, but also can work elsewhere.
We're running this business for 5 years. In our project, we employ 52 people. Our raw materials come from the community and schools, and also individual people who run this waste collection. We start with education, build social awareness. This is most important because we cannot ask people to contribute with their energy, with their time, or with their money without awareness in their mind.
She also has an educational component that is very, very important and powerful.
We created this program together to get more and more students and teachers involved. After 2 years conducting these activities, we see the result, like how students can easily do some action, real action.
So what we like about our work is that she sees the bigger picture. She sees how things are connected.
If they learn with fun, it stays in their mind forever.
There is Hotlin Ompusungu, who is in Sukadana in Kalimantan, with an interesting and really amazing project which combines conservation with health.
And she started by working on a mobile clinic. And she ended up working in Kalimantan at the edge of a forest, realizing that in order to save orangutans, you've got to save trees. And if you've got to save trees, you have to work with communities. And you have to give them an alternative income. So she worked for 5-6 years just listening to what people need. And at the end, she realized that what was important to them was healthcare. So this is how she and her partner, Kinari Webb, built a fantastic health clinic, which is now a model. And what has come out of it is an incredible trust and a real sense of guardianship that people have for nature.
I'm a dentist by profession, but now I call myself also a conservationist. And I see that the problems are more complex and we need new innovations to address the problem that is happening in the world. We believe that human health needs a good environmental health, that human health intertwined with environmental health. Our Casey's National Park is meant to be protected, a place where people cannot have access to do timber work, because it has one of the highest biodiversity in the world, and it's also a home for orangutan that is endangered. There are over 65,000 people live around the forest. People who live around the community have I call it negative dependency over the forest, and want to turn this cycle to be positive dependency of the forest.
Eni comes from Central Java. She's an English teacher. Her mother got married when she was very, very young, 14 years old. And Eni has made it a point to make education part of who she is and what she wants to do. So she wants to set up schools back home in her village.
This project is about developing sustainable community. We build the mindset that they have potential. Building potential is actually the main goal when we can build the area, building the people first. When I was a child, I'm having a lot of difficulties to have education. My parents are from the low-class family. We don't have money, and how I struggle and battle with my parents to have education. Please, let's help together to educate our kids here.
Lian is a single mom who lives in Poso in northeast Sulawesi. She works with women in different communities from different religious backgrounds, mostly Christian and Muslim. She doesn't talk about religious tolerance head-on, but she just brings women together. So Lian thinks that in order for communities to develop a sustainable, healthy future, women need to be more in charge. So she's developing an educational platform where she prepares women to become leaders in local politics. And along with that, she has a mobile library for children. She is establishing a women's radio. She's already publishing a newsletter for women. And she's looking for ways to bring more jobs to women.
We also have Titik Hartini, who has a lot of experience at the grassroots level. She started her career as a village level worker.
Ibu Titik has a long experience in working with NGOs, and her goal right now is trying to address the problem of women and children in trafficking, both migrant workers and also sex workers.
Sick by Sick is very useful for me, especially because from Sick by Sick, we have solidarity, how to empower and strengthen our project. This house is the Bandung Wangi office. This woman NGO is working with the sex workers. There are many, they still work actively as sex workers, but mostly of them is already moved and they have another job. We would like give more information, knowledge, and also opportunity for the women, especially for the poorest family, that they can get more access, more information and knowledge, so they can anticipate the trafficking.
Ima from Jogja is a documentary filmmaker. And Ima has also been interested in the social fiber of youth and what is it that youth is looking for in social media.
Ibu Sophia and I met Emily from Tone, who had this company who's developing technology for community services. And so we came up with an idea together that how about helping these women to empower themselves through the technology. In this 6x6 project, I said that how about if we make this technology a participatory tool for the women to record themselves, tell their own stories from their point of view. I don't know how much videos they would make, but if they would be making more than 10, for me it's already a dream come true, because then there's 10 videos showing how brave these women are. And so I'm very excited to be involved in this activity. With Ibu Titi and outside of the group, we actually also talk by the phone. We also share our ideas, or some personal stuff doesn't have to do anything with the project. We also share. Another girl from Brebes, Annie, we've been chatting with each other. She's been telling me about her dreams. We've been actually become a support group for each other.
It is so hard to get a partner here, and they agreed to support me. These women, they agreed to support me, and they really appreciate me. And I say, oh my God, I cannot waste this kind of opportunity. And I'm sure I can do something with this.
When we started this, we said we're not just interested in your projects. What we want is we want to support you. We want to support you personally. And the women that we're working with, we see them in the long term as champions. So we're interested in them as long-term motivators and doers. So we want to support them in their family, in everything that we now know affects success.
I want to create a global network of women who are supporting each other's growth. I want to create a database of global best practices that women anywhere in the world can access and come back to us and say, hey, I want to replicate this in Latin America, or I want to replicate this in Kenya. And then we would be able to get our women who are already doing those projects to mentor them, to work with them, and we also would be there to grow with them.
As long as you give women opportunities and help them recognize and seek opportunities, they will come up with sustainable solutions easily.